In game 2 of the Laker doubleheader in college basketball here tonight, Rick Wesley's team will be trying very hard for a win against a very good club, one of the best in the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference this year. Hi everyone, I'm Tom Cleary, your host for the action here tonight. It's game 2 on Xfinity and the Grand Valley Sports Network. This Lake Superior State team has been outstanding. Nice mixture of younger players and older players. 13-3 the record. They're 8-2 in conference play. Grand Valley's been kind of a middle-of-the-pack team in conference action, but a win tonight will go a long way toward pushing the Grand Valley Lakers toward a postseason tournament berth. Should be a great one. College basketball, 2 old foes, the Lake State Lakers and the Grand Valley Lakers, coming up next right here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
You learn something every single day at Grand Valley State University about who you are and who you can become, about where you've been and where you're going, about your goals and how to accomplish them. At the end of the day, you know what you want from life. Find it within yourself. Find it within Grand Valley State University.
I was only 18 when I was diagnosed with cancer. I went from being an active, healthy teenager to becoming very sick very quickly. But thanks to the collaboration between researchers and my oncologist, I survived, and I'm now in remission.
We were curious, could a checking account help fight cancer? We'll give $150 to Stand Up to Cancer and $150 to you when you open a new checking account with direct deposit and make 3 online bill payments at Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank.
And this is the scene at the Grand Valley Fieldhouse Arena in Allendale, Michigan, on the campus of Grand Valley State University. We're getting set for the men's contest here tonight. Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference action tonight from West Michigan. Hi everyone, I'm Tom Cleary, your host for Game 2. Grand Valley won the women's game tonight by the score of 58-48, but tonight it should be a lot harder for the men from Allendale, taking on a team that's only lost 3 games this season, a team that's won 8 of 10 in its league and playing in a division with 2 teams that are undefeated. So Steve Headinger's team is right there among the top clubs in the GLIAC this year, and we'll see what they're able to come up with tonight against Grand Valley. These 2 teams played a very physical, some would say chippy game last year. Will there be a carryover of the bad blood? Well, Rick Wesley wants to have his team ready to go for this one. We'll take a quick break and be back to tip it off tonight from Allendale, Michigan, here on Xfinity and the Grand Valley Sports Network.
You learn something every single day at Grand Valley State University about who you are and who you can become, about where you've been and where you're going, about your goals and how to accomplish them. At the end of the day, you know what you want from life. Find it within yourself. Find it within Grand Valley State University.
I was only 18 when I was diagnosed with cancer. I went from being an active, healthy teenager to becoming very sick very quickly. But thanks to the collaboration between researchers and my oncologist, I survived, and I'm now in remission.
We were curious, could a checking account help fight cancer? We'll give $150 to Stand Up to Cancer and $150 to you when you open a new checking account with direct deposit and make 3 online bill payments at Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank.
If you sign up for DirecTV's latest deal, prepare to be blindsided. Because they'll double your rate before you know it. And you'll find you're locked into a 2-year contract that could cost you over $3,000. That's why the smart choice is Xfinity. You can see all the best action in football all season long, with no surprises. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
All right, so Grand Valley getting set to come out onto the court. We'll keep an eye on the Williams guys today for Lake Superior State. Alex Williams starts in the backcourt along with Kenji Williams, and there's also Jeremiah Williams to throw into the mix as well. Let your imagination run wild for a while. Who's the next best Williams available? Buck Williams from New Jersey Nets fame and the University of Maryland? I don't know. They've got a bunch of them, though. They've got a very good team this year at Lake Superior State for Steve heading up. Very nice crowd on hand here tonight. They gave the students free pizza. And that will usually do the trick. And we'll get set for Grand Valley's lineup right now. It'll be slightly changed from the last time we were here, when Grand Valley did not give a start to Luke Reiskamp. Reiskamp eventually kind of worked his way into things, but he will be in the lineup tonight, playing ostensibly in the backcourt with the freshman Sam McClendon. That's Darren Washington, the big man, the first guy out for Grand Valley. And here is the aforementioned Sam McClendon. Started in the backcourt last time we were here along with Miles Miller, the young man from Grand Rapids and from Ottawa Hills, who comes off the bench. Trevin Alexander might be Grand Valley's best rebounder on a consistent basis. He's had some real big games of late on the glass. Luke Reiskamp out next. And then finally the guy who really makes it go, Grand Valley's most consistent player, I would have to say, the last 2, maybe 3 seasons, Ryan Saban. Grand Valley, again, playing with the lineup. It's a little bit different from what they would like to be offering. Ricardo Carbajal has had some injury problems. He had a real indifferent first half a couple of weeks ago against Walsh. Had a much better second half, but he's had kind of a lingering, nagging injury. And we're not exactly sure how much we'll see of him or when. But he is on the bench tonight, and he's tucking in his shirt like he will be ready to go. Grand Valley in the white jerseys, Lake State in blue with gold trim. It's Lakers versus Lakers. And we are about set to get this one started. It's going to be Michael Nicholson stepping in to the center circle. He's a freshman from Clarkston, a freshman going against Darren Washington. Both these guys can get up, and Grand Valley will get the tip. McClendon, let's see what Grand Valley comes with. And watch this pressure you'll see from Kenji Williams and also Alex Williams, who's got a much bigger body. Alex Williams at 6'6", a senior from Benton Harbor. He's a very good all-around player. Saban picked up early by Alex Williams. Not a surprise there. Jake Blake is 24 in blue. Man-to-man early on. Washington almost went down the lane. Here's McClendon. Washington, that was nearly a walk. A soft little jumper won't go. That's tipped away from the Grand Valley player, Luke Reiskamp, out of bounds, though, to the Lakers. And he played 34 seconds. Still no score here in the second half of our GLIAC doubleheader. It is a big team and a physical team. And already Wallace Whitfield stepping in to warn about the pushing and the shoving. I think the reputation of these two teams precede them. Finally, Washington will trigger to Trevin Alexander. There's McClendon. Saban curled. Cut off by Williams. Alexander, watch out for the double. Found the big fella who dropped it down inside. Reiskamp forces it up and down. Well, it's Luke Reiskamp, whose sister was a very good player here a couple of years ago. Played, I think, on the national championship team back in '06 for Don Plitzowite. That's an awkward collision right there. Williams lucky not to be called for take your pick, a charge or a turnover. Grand Valley jumps out nice on the double. Nicholson is kind of a passing post man at the moment. Akemji Williams. This is Alex for three. All sorts of bodies there, and a little guy pulls out the rebound. That's Akemji Williams. He's a player from Rochester Adams, just 5'8", a freshman. Look at this battle here, Washington. And what are they going to call here? They're going to call a foul, I think, against Nicholson. And Steve Heading is not too happy about that. He's telling his player, just disengage. We may not get the best look of it here, but Washington's got his arms up, but looks to me like the Lake State players got him hooked, kind of reaching up and around the back. So right off the bat, Nicholson comes out of the contest. Might have been cut a little bit. Yeah, I think that's the case. He had to come out of the ball game. It's like a bloody nose for Nicholson. And Jordan Dasuki is into the contest right now for Lake State. What do we have here? We got some blood on the floor. They're going to try to mop up. So this is a bit of a letdown. We'll be starting the game for a blood cleanup. But we are now, I think, finally set to go. Dasuki's a sophomore from Clarkson. Jordan Dasuki, who's into the game right now, he wears 5 in blue. It'll be Saban, Reiskamp. They're going to put it on Alex Williams a little bit here, make him guard Saban, who's going to be the ball handler. Coming out to the high post is Washington, Alexander Reiskamp. Grand Valley's movement away from the ball will be critical in this one. McClendon, their best ball handler, is down in the hole right now against Akemji Williams. Here's Saban. Well, he put Williams away with the fake. High arching jumper, though. Didn't have much on it. McClendon fought his way inside. That's going to be Grand Valley basketball. That was a marvelous rebound by Sam McClendon at 6 feet, getting way up off the boards there. Grand Valley will inbound it. We have played 2 minutes. It's a 2-0 game. Reiskamp with the only bucket so far. We get another reset. Well, that was a shove on the way through, and that was not a good foul at all for Michael Smutney. Washington went around him, and he just put a forearm into him right in front of all 3 referees. Common foul. We'll see it again. Watch Washington go here, and yeah, no, can't do that. Here's Reiskamp trying to get away. That's a travel. Oh, they call a block. Who was this one against? I thought Reiskamp went right down a blind alley there, and I'm looking at Steve Heading. He hasn't said anything about it yet, but he's waiting for somebody to get over within earshot. Called that on Dasuki. Boy, that's tough. And here's the, you don't want to say the makeup call, but the companion call. They're going to call Saban for the push. Two minutes in, Lake State not on the board yet. Grand Valley defending pretty well, playing without Carbajal at the moment. Here's a running one-hander. Will it go? It does not, but a foul forthcoming. That will send Jake Blake to the line, and Grand Valley is going to make an early move to a guy who played an important role in the win that we saw a couple of weeks ago against Walsh. It's Drake Barr up off the bench, and the fact that he's coming in before Carbajal would seem to indicate that Carbajal's health problems might be a bit more serious than Grand Valley fans would like. Blake, first man on the sheet tonight for the visitors. It was Washington who picked up that last foul. And we are tied at 2 here. A couple of minutes in. There's McClendon. Guarded very closely by a guy who probably knows him a little bit, Akemji Williams. McClendon fell down. He got it back. No, that's a held ball. That's going to be possession to Lake Superior State. So Lake State with it right now, looking for its first lead of the game. Skipped across here to Williams. That was a walk, absolutely, called by Wallace Whitfield against Jake Blake. He had both legs and feet moving a couple of times before the ball hit the deck. So the turnover sends it back to the Lakers now. And let's see if Saban will walk it up against Alex Williams. He's going to try to do it right here. Put it on Williams a little bit. Camp. Barr trying to set up. Smutney giving him good pressure down deep in the block. They're looking for Trevin Alexander. He's not there. On the curl, Camp had to reach in and a slap away against him. Lakers from the Sioux looking to run. Williams missed a long 3 try. And McClendon starts out. That's better for Grand Valley. Camp. They're going to call that a charge against Camp against Jordan Dasuki. Camp was just a little bit casual with the basketball here. He's standing straight up, and I don't know where he's really going there. He started to go to the left, but he kept the ball in his right hand, and that kind of flattened out his route a little bit and threw him right into the defender. Alex Williams. Blake. 52 is Smutney from the top of the key. It's a rebound for Camp. Lake Superior not doing itself any favors early on with these long shots against pressure. We're going to see Darren Kaputska into the contest to shake things up a little bit. He's going to give a rest to the freshman McClendon. Now Wallace Whitfield says, what? Another bloody nose out there? Maybe just some moisture on the floor. Now, it's not like we had an 80-degree day today here in West Michigan. Now the man with the mop comes out and he wants a little supervision. We can't find the wet spot. Yeah, they're talking about a bloody nose with somebody. And they're going to get somebody from the Grand Valley team out there. When it's a case of blood, they'll try to soak it up. They're not just going to use the mop that they would try to attend to with sweat or perspiration, any kind of dampness that might get on the floor. They also get the antiseptic out there, I guess, and looks to be a little overkill, but those are the rules of the road these days. And so the Grand Valley personnel will take care of that. Wallace Whitfield's now pointing out more spots. They're not readily apparent up here, but they're going to get more spray down there, and before you know it, we might have some graffiti on the floor here at Grand Valley. Grand Valley's women's team won the first game 58-48 earlier tonight, and this game is going nowhere fast. We have played 3.5 minutes. It's 2-2, and we've stopped, I think, 3 times for floor cleanup. And this one is a bit more considerable. I'm not really sure who the guilty party was. It might have been from Nicholson, who went out before. Well, Wallace Whitfield says this is getting to be more than what I thought. He's got a towel in his hand. So we're just going to have to wait. And every time the spray can comes out, the crowd groans a little bit more, and now they want to get the towel out there to wipe up the excess perspiration. It's not really terribly apparent, but somebody saw it, so that's the way we're going to go. Grand Valley will go on the road following this contest for its next game in Midland against Northwood. That takes place on Saturday. And then after that, the Lakers come back home midweek next week for a game with Saginaw Valley. That'll be 1 week from tonight. And then after a game with Hillsdale, the Lakers go on to play 3 consecutive games at home against Ferris, Northern Michigan, Michigan Tech. Regular season will end on the 26th of next month against Ferris State. This has gone a little bit beyond what all of us expected here. We can't really see much down there. They're working on a about a 2 square foot area. And I'm a little bit afraid the center circle might go away here momentarily. They keep using this to rub up whatever they see out there. The referee's saying, just keep going. Wallace Whitfield, somebody's got to take control here and say, yeah, it looks good. We don't see anything else out there. I mean, I'm not really sure what they're going for right now. There might have been some dirt or something on the floor from before. They have called off the hunt, and let's hope we don't have any more bleeders out there tonight. That's kind of put a damper on things. All right, Ryan Saban will trigger. Kaputska has been in the game for about a half hour, and there hasn't been a possession yet. He'll be matched up on the other side with Akemji Williams. Here's Saban with Alex Williams. Kaputska with his first touch. Player from Grand Rapids Northview. Rice Camp. Kaputska playing a sleeve on his injured right arm and shoulder. And Valley not moving very quickly here, and they've got to make something happen now. Saban, Kaputska, back to Saban, smart ball, triple. And it didn't look pretty for a long time, but Saban with the 3 ball to give the Lakers a 5-2 lead. Suki. This is Williams trying to go on Saban. Jumps it up over him. No. That's nice work by Saban. Good rebound by Rice Camp. Kaputska is going to put his head down and try to go, and he got creamed. Good play by Kaputska. He'll be back on the injury list though if he keeps that up. He flew right into Devin Daly, I believe. It'll be a 2-shot foul when we come back. We are to our first official media timeout. More to come tonight on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
For about the past 7 months, Ellie's been running really high fevers, anywhere from 101 to 105. I really appreciated that when Ellie was going through a lot of her health problems, that Dr. Duttler called me personally.
I think it's important for parents to know that we really care about these kids just as we would care for our own children. Access to health is really an important part of being a medical home in primary care. So we do allow our patients to make same-day appointments whenever possible. They can email me, or they can call.
Ellie really likes going to see Dr. Duttler. Doctor.
All right. Let's take a look at Kaputska here, who goes past Williams, knows what's coming here, and that's just an ill-advised jump out by Devin Daly. Don't know where, I don't think he even saw Kaputska coming, but Kaputska did the right thing, flung it up there, and now he has 2. A standout in high school basketball at Grand Rapids Northview. And he's been a good, solid contributor throughout his 3 seasons at Grand Valley. 6-2 in favor of the Allendale Lakers here right now against Lake State. Dasuki, cross court. Tony Harris, who's on right now against Kaputska. Kaputska stayed right with him and forced a tough shot. Nice work by Darren. You look like you can overwhelm him, but you really can't. He's quick with his feet, got to the spot, and then he contested that shot as well. There's a tough double here against Barr. Barr dribbled out of it nicely. Saban. Boy, there's some quick recovery skills here for Lake State on display defensively. Kaputska going to the rack and gets it. Kaputska with 3. It's 8-2 Grand Valley. Smutny, top of the key with Barr. This is Harris. Dasuki. Alex Williams. Dasuki behind the line. That's easy for Trevin Alexander. That's what Rick Wesley wants to see all night. Let them jack it up from deep against the Grand Valley team that's playing at the moment anyway without Ricardo Carbajal. There's Rice Camp. Nice. Trevin Alexander couldn't get it. Barr got to force it back up there. Does. No. Barr again. Third time lucky. Well, third time out of the lane. Now he jumps it up, and that was not a good idea. And here's a breakout that's going to cause Ryan Saban to take a foul. No! He played him beautifully and forced Williams to miss the shot. Great work by Ryan Saban. Rice Camp. Kapuska. Saban's got to keep moving, occupy Williams. Saban's got it now. Carbajal will come in. Kapuska for three, just about. Barr a rebound. Says Rice Camp had a good look. Couldn't get it down. Ricky Carbajal's going to come in. And here comes the shot attempt. It's going to be a block on Kapuska, and Tony Harris nearly had an and-one situation. First against Darren, you see he's all taped up and bundled up, and yet he's efforted a couple of shots here. Tony Harris at the line right now. This is the senior from Auburn Hills. Went to Avondale High School down there. We are 6 minutes into the game, and Lake State has not scored a goal. 3 free throws is all so far for the Lakers from the Sioux. Grand Valley's going to make a change with Miles Miller coming in. 2 free throws go for Harris there. Miles Miller comes in. Rice Camp goes out. So it's Miles Miller and Kapuska. Lake State counters with Josh Goldschmidt. He's a freshman from Maple Grove, Minnesota. 14. He'll be chasing Miles Miller. He's probably not going to enjoy that. Kapuska. Down deep it goes to Carbajal. Ricky just didn't get position and had visitors on both sides. Harris. Tasuki. Played 7 minutes here and change. Lake Superior still looking for a goal. Is the first one going to be a 3? It is. Devin Daly with the triple there. His team's within 1. Here's Kapuska against Harris. Saban on the curl. Got to get it right back here from Darren Washington, who decides to go himself and scores over the top of Nicholson. A nice bucket there by the Grand Valley big man. 10-7. Grand Valley's got 2 little guys out there. Carbajal, Saban, Darren Washington. Tasuki made a crazy move there. Almost turned it over against Ryan Saban. There's Harris now. Good jump up by Carbajal. Grand Valley really unlucky there. The ball nearly thrown away, and it's Washington who's fouled over the top by Devin Daly. And that takes us to our next media timeout. 11:56 to go in the half. It's been tight and taut. Grand Valley's on top by 3. It's 10-7.
Gotta go. I'd like to welcome you to our basement. I'd like to read a brief statement. We, the Hubacher family, are pleased to announce today that we've acquired the following players: Buster Posey, Mike Trout, Yadier Molina, Bryce Harper, Derek Jeter, and Miguel Cabrera. We believe that this demonstrates, once again, our family's unwavering commitment to assemble the very best team in this neighborhood.
Mr. Hubacher, you've really upped the ante here. How do you expect the other families in the neighborhood to respond?
Well, the Harris family's going to be none too pleased.
Word is the Harrises are putting together quite a team of their own. Any concerns?
Under Cliff Harris's mismanagement, they already used up all their wall space with a bunch of paintings. I mean, really, come on.
Dad.
I know.
All right, next question.
Start building your own dream team at fathead.com.
All right, that's the Rick Wesley huddle over on the far sideline across from us. Let's take a look at that last action. The shot from deep into the hands right here of the Grand Valley player. And Let me count the ways. That's not legal. It was Devin Daly locking up with Darren Washington. I think he even got a WWE eye gouge in on that play. Saban now to trigger out there with Miller. The freshman, exceedingly quick is Miles Miller. He can run past a lot of people. Saban now has a different man on him. It's Goldschmidt. Let's see if Grand Valley gets it to Saban on the curl. Saban's got it now. Kapuska. Carbajal, oh my gosh. Got away with one there and then just kind of turned it right into the hands of Goldschmidt. Almost looked like he headbutted the man into a charge. That's a triple try that's on the way and through. It's Jake Blake. Jake Blake with 5. We're tied at 10. Kapuska nice to Washington. Probably shouldn't have put it on the deck. Missed it. Carbajal couldn't control. Saban back defensively, and a foul. It's going to go against Miles Miller. Great break out there. Well, it was a great delivery down deep, and you tell the big guy, avoid the temptation of putting the ball on the floor. Just go up and dunk it or try to score it as best you can. That's a pretty good play right there by Goldschmidt, who pulled up, and then Miles Miller caught Blake across the forehead, and after a dismal start, Lake State has a chance to take the lead here despite that miss by Blake. McClendon back on right now. Kapuska goes out. And Grand Valley's behind for the first time in this contest. Blake has a half dozen. He's got 3 free throws and a triple. McClendon threw it away. Numbers here. Great bounce pass down and the slam by Blake. What a beautiful hard bounce pass that was. You can throw that pass. The trick is making the ball come up. It's not easy to do. It requires a lot of strength. Just beautifully done that time. Saban slipped a little bit on the turn. Saban going hard, and he is charged right into the Lake's superior player. And it was Smutney who took it in the chest. Let's go back and see it again. Look at this ball delivered here by Kemji Williams. He threw that with a lot of downforce. That caused it to bounce up high and right up into the wheelhouse of Jake Blake. Lake State, dismal early on, is up by 3 now, looking to add to the lead. And that is just a lead pipe cinch charge on a Kemji Williams. Rice-Camp took that in the chest, and it was about 4 or 5 steps into him. I mean, he is set for a long time. And did not try to block the shot, drew an easy charge. There's Miles Miller locked up with a Kemji Williams now. That's where I think Grand Valley has to try to get past that first defender there. They're pressing you all the way out to the half-court line. You got to make him pay for that somehow. A soft pass by Rice-Camp got through. Here's Carbajal. Washington couldn't handle it, got it back, forced it up, no. Washington again, and finally fought his way to a foul. Nice work by big Darren Washington. As we have gone past the halfway point of the first half. Smutney has picked up another one. Actually a pretty good block up top by Blake, but this is how the big fella has helped himself a little bit. He was not a good free thrower when he arrived here, but his touch has gotten quite a bit better. Misses that one. Transfer from Robert Morris is Darren Washington from Sterling Heights. That's better. 3 for Darren. Lakers down by 2 now. This is Kemji Williams with Miller. That's a good look for 3. Rebounded by McClendon. Missed by Smutney. McClendon out there with Carbajal. Ricky's got to find a way to get into this game here a little bit. He scores a couple of buckets. He starts to feel it, but you can tell he's not quite right physically. Let's see what he does here. Gets it and one. There you go. Ricardo Carvajal. Great finisher. Showing you why right there. Goes right up into the chest. One of the things that you'll see about Carvajal, and Rick Wesley will talk about, is that he finishes well. He's good with either hand. He can go up and under, go around the rim, come back up on the other side. Not nailed down the three-point play, though, and the Lakers will have to settle for a tie at 13. That's a nice takeaway. Can Miles Miller? Now he couldn't quite seal the deal there against Kemji Williams. It's a nice ball inside. Looked like it might have been a walk there. Comes back out deep. They switch it. It's a triple try that is wild and long out of the hands of Kemji Williams. Now Grand Valley can go back to the lead. Rice Camp had that one pancaked on him. Did not see the trailer on that play. Michael Nicholson. Grand Valley with McClendon and Miles Miller right now. Carvajal, Rice Camp, Trevin Alexander. Not a real big lineup for the home side. That's a loose pass. Somehow McClendon got a hand in and got it back. Amazing. Kemji Williams is quick on quick, causing a lot of problems right now. This is Miller. Miller's got to take that guy. Pull-up jumper from 12. Not quite this time. Devin Daly. Now Kemji Williams. We've gone a long way with Alex Williams on the bench. He's back in now to launch that triple try. That's a good rebound and a great outlet pass. Let's see what Grand Valley does here. Beautiful floater, will not go, and a little bit unlucky was Miles Miller there. 8 to go in the half. Nice ball inside. If that goes, that is a highlight reel shot today, tomorrow, next week, and all year. Just a blatant grab around the waist on Jake Blake. He somehow spun it up and in, and we will certainly see that when we come back. Lake State on top by 2. Take a look again at the finishing power of this one.
If you sign up for DirecTV's latest deal, prepare to be blindsided. Because they'll double your rate before you know it. And you'll find you're locked into a 2-year contract that could cost you over $3,000. That's why the smart choice is Xfinity. You can see all the best action in football all season long, with no surprises. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Well, you want to see a beautiful finish, determination, and watch the key to this play. Blake keeps his eyes on the prize here. He almost gets his arm torn out of the socket by Carvajal. Switches to the right hand, leans back, and just as soft as the baby's behind there, and down to the bottom for Jake Blake, who's had a very fine start in this contest. Can't finish off a three-point play. Alexander's got it back. It's Alex Williams against Rice Camp. I don't think Rice Camp's going to do much business down there against Alex Williams. This guy's got long arms. He's a veteran player. Good size at 6'6". Just a very tough perimeter man-to-man player. Kaputska, pull-up jumper. Nice played by Darren to get free. Just left it a little bit shy, and Lake State playing on a 2-point lead now into the attack. And that is and one again, and nicely done by Kemji Williams. Boy, we talk about the play that Blake made a couple of minutes ago. This is pretty similar when you take a look at it. Miles Miller grabbed him on the way through, and this guy is a strong little man right here. And he finishes nicely as well. Watch this. He takes a pretty hard wrap here. His feet are kind of messed up. He got knocked off stride completely, but just the intuition to nurse it down, and he is able to finish off the three-point play. (18-13) now. Lakers trailing 5. It would help if Grand Valley could find a way to spring Carbajal loose and get him going offensively. Saban is out of there right now. Who's going to pull the trigger for Grand Valley? You got to get it to Carbajal right away, because if you don't, they'll double him. Nice shot from about 10. That is Trevin Alexander. First bucket of the night. 6th Grand Valley player to score. Down by 3 now, the Lakers are. Goldschmidt, Alex Miller. Reiskamp's getting the work out there. Reiskamp held his ground pretty well. That's a tough contested triple. Not going to work, and that's going to be a push-off. Kind of a silly play by Trevin Alexander afterwards. He kind of reached in to slap the ball away, and you could read the lips of Wallace Whitfield. He's saying, hey, what are you doing? I gave you the foul. Just give me the ball and get on with it. That was Nicholson, who came over the top of Alexander, and Trevin a little bit frustrated, but he goes down to the free throw line, and I think that counts as a, well, not really a warning, but a word to the wise from Wallace Whitfield. He wants to make sure things don't get out of hand in this contest against two teams that will battle you tooth and nail physically. Alexander, a much needed free throw right there for Grand Valley. Lakers within 2 now. Darren Washington is up. Alexander's got them both. 4 points now for Trev. Ricky Carbajal goes out after just 1 basket. They're playing him in bursts, and Carbajal over there talking right now with Jeff Bauer about the way they're playing him. Nicholson, that's a tough shot, and it goes for 2. It's Devin Daly. Devin Daly's made a couple of impressive balls from the outside here. Kaputska trying to push. He threw it backwards to Washington, who then clobbers the Lake State player Devin Daly. When we talked about Wallace Whitfield, we should mention the other officials here tonight. Todd Geerlings and Blake Myko. It was Blake that made the call down there on the baseline. And we will shoot 1 and the bonus here as McClendon comes back on. Devin Daly now with a half dozen in this contest. And it is Drake Barr controlling the rebound one-handed. Daly, by the way, is a junior from Mahogany Heights in Belize. He came to Lake Superior State. Reiskamp, Alexander, Kaputska, Alexander again, skip to Reiskamp. Now he creates some space. Nice work by Reiskamp, but couldn't put it down in that big physical front line. Trying to take a little bit of a toll on Grand Valley's offense. That's a nice little move inside by Tony Harris. Couldn't get the shot down. Here's Kaputska. 5:20 left in the first half. Kaputska, Reiskamp, look out. Kaputska almost thought about the 3. Reiskamp will take the 3 and he'll nail it. Reiskamp with his second goal of the game in Grand Valley, which has been working hard to get Harms at the offensive end. Is drawn within one as Carbajal gets up. Oh, Grand Valley had that played pretty well, I thought, on Jordan Dasuki. And then somebody reached at the last second. That's Alexander that got him. Let's see if he would have taken the charge here had that play just continued on without a swipe at the basketball. No, I guess not. I thought that Alexander had better position, but he really didn't. He was moving his feet. At that point, just needed to get out of the way. Dasuki has scored for the first time in this ball game. The free throw shooting has not been great for either side, especially Lake State. London just made a mess out of that and then somehow got it to Reiskamp. Stayed with it. That's what you have to do. Carbajal didn't look it all the way in, and well, you can tell Ricky Carbajal is just frustrated. He's not feeling his best right now, and he's just going through one of those stretches where everything is a struggle for him because he's not feeling 100%, but still trying to play and contribute. That's a huge collision there. Well, that's, if you're going to call it, you got to call it right away. I'm not saying it wasn't a foul against McClendon, who bumped into Nicholson. I thought Nicholson embellished a little bit here. Yeah. 250-pounder against a 160-pounder, and down goes Frazier. But the referee saw it a different way, and as a result, it is Michael Nicholson shooting free throws here. 6'8" freshman, one of two Clarkston players. Dasuki, the other one, is out there right now. Well, that's a catapult ball there. That looked awful, but unfortunately for Grand Valley, Drake Barr couldn't control it. And the reason he couldn't control it because Alex Williams was dogging him. Rick Wesley almost bumped into Alex Williams. He had wandered out onto the court. Williams, nice cross court to Dasuki, who steps under. Can't find it from 10, but Lake State really presses you hard for every rebound. Grand Valley comes up with this one. Reiskamp, Kapuska, back and forth between those two. Again, looking for Barr. Carbajal, he's a long way from where he wants to be. Miles Miller, there's Ricky's ball. Right there. Mid-range jumper from Ricky Carbajal. Second bucket of the ball game. Grand Valley is tied at 22. Harris inside. Nice delivery there for Nicholson. And for Nicholson, his first bucket of the ball game. Lake State by 2 with Trevin Alexander waiting to get in. Let's see if they can get the ball to Carbajal right at the head of the key, maybe the free throw line. Kaputska ducked under. Carbajal is right where they can give it to him, right there. And he walked. That's a good call. Good call made by Blake Myko. And that takes us to our final media timeout of the first half. It's Grand Valley trailing the Sioux Lakers on top by a deuce here tonight on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
For about the past 7 months, Ellie's been running really high fevers, anywhere from 101 to 105. I really appreciated that when Ellie was going through a lot of her health problems that Dr. Duttler called me personally.
I think it's important for parents to know that we really care about these kids just as we would care for our own children. Access to health is really an important part of being a medical home in primary care. So we do allow our patients to make same-day appointments whenever possible. They can email me or they can call.
Ellie really likes going to see Dr. Duttler. The doctor.
the Lakers come out with Rice-Camp, Miles Miller, Kaputska, who's gone a long way here after being on the sideline for a while with some injury issues a couple of weeks ago. Trevin Alexander and Ricardo Carbajal. And let's set it for the Lake State Lakers. This is Daly with Harris, Dasuki, Alex Williams, who can play just about any position. And the other player out there right now is Jake Blake, who's had the big scoring first half. This is Alex Williams. That is a reach for him. Whoa! Heat check. I mean, that's a reach for anybody. Beautiful shot there by Alex Williams. His first score of the ball game. 27-22. Rice-Camp, Miller, Carbajal. I think Ricky could have kept going all the way to the bucket there. There's Kaputska, and he was fouled by Dasuki. Yep. And it's going to be 2 for Darren Kaputska. Dasuki saying, what I do? Well, just kind of a casual thing there. He was guarding Kaputska pretty well, but he just kind of hand-checked him right in front of the referee. And he's grabbing onto him, and only 10 feet from Wallace Whitfield. He's not going to let that go by very often. Kaputska now with 4 in the ball game, 2 out of 3 from the stripe. Grand Valley hanging around here. Lakers have led much of the first half, probably the first 10 minutes, but Lake State has fought back to take the lead, and Grand Valley trying to hang on. They do with 2 free throws there. I think Darren, who's going to come out? It's going to be McClendon in, Miles Miller out. 2:32 to go. Grand Valley trailing 3 here. So here's Harris on the bounce. Carbajal playing pretty well, but a great spin off the reverse. Some impressive shots by Devin Daly so far. Carbajal thought about a 27-footer there. Opted against it. And Valley trailing by 5. Want to make each possession count here. Kaputska. McClendon, shot clock at 12. Rice-Camp in trouble, forced it. Will shoot 2. Well, the problem that Lake State might have in this contest could be some foul issues. Williams here picks up his first foul. And he's just kind of trailing. He couldn't get out of the way. He should have. Rice-Camp was going to have plenty of difficulty making that shot anyway. Here's the young man from Schoolcraft, Michigan, down in the southwest portion of the state. Lakers within 4 now after the split pair by Luke Rice-Camp. Grand Valley showing some full court pressure here. Oh, nice work by Rice-Camp, who grabbed onto that one. Rice-Camp's going to go all the way. What a rainmaker that goes for Luke Rice-Camp. Took on the whole world there. Grand Valley within 2. Kemji Williams walks it into the lane, left it short. Trevin Alexander, Lakers can tie or take the lead here. 70 seconds left in the first half. Kaputska going all the way, backhands one up and in. Kaputska with 7 now. Lakers tied at 29, and Headinga wants a 30. That all started with a soft diagonal pass against the full court pressure, and what was shocking about that play, I don't know if we'll be able to go back to that one. Rice-Camp, he picked it out of the air and then pretty much just 1-on-3 took on everybody and floated a beautiful ball up and in. That started that little bit of a run for the Lakers. Here it is again. The guilty party is Harris. Thought he could fly it over the head of Rice-Camp. But watch Rice-Camp. 1, 2, 3. See you later. Little knuckleball there to the top of the box and down and in. Exactly 1 minute to go here out of the first 20. And watch Kaputska now. He goes right past his man. Everybody thinks he's going to dish. At the last second, he flips it skyward, up and in. Kaputska has been a big contributor. He and Ricecamp each leading Grand Valley with 7 here in the first half tonight. I thought you might see Lake State go quick here, go 2 for 1, but they're going to get a good possession here if they can, and this is a good possession. Alex Williams, though, can't get the shot, and Carvajal's got it. Grand Valley's going to have to give it up. Kaputska over the timeline against a Kemji Williams. Kaputska doing well on the ball. McClendon, Carvajal with 20 in the shot clock. Ricky looking to go, forced it, got it, and one! What a turnabout here for Grand Valley is Carvajal with a half dozen. Well, he takes a knock here too. There is some collision here. 2 hands across the wrist, and I think Rick knew that when he let go of that one, it was going in. So the Lakers up 2, make it 3. Ricardo Carvajal puts the Lakers on top. And absent a triple or a 3-point play, Grand Valley will likely be the leader here at the intermission. Great little run here in the closing seconds, down to the final 12. Alex Williams, Akemji Williams, Harris, they're on the perimeter. That's Harris looking to go on Ricecamp. That ball's off the leg. Long shot at the horn, will not go. And Kaputska and company get to the locker room a nose in front. It's Grand Valley 32, Lake Superior State 29. We'll come back and talk about the first 20 minutes of action here tonight in just a moment as Rick Wesley and company take a breather here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
Many of our customers are repeat customers. Once they travel with Cardinal, they come back time and time again.
Our drivers are the best in the industry. We have so many positive comments about our drivers.
Cardinal Bus, 85 years of safe, reliable, worry-free transportation. Call us at 800-348-7487.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
I was only 18 when I was diagnosed with cancer. I went from being an active, healthy teenager to becoming very sick very quickly. But thanks to the collaboration between researchers and my oncologist, I survived, and I'm now in remission.
We were curious, could a checking account help fight cancer? We'll give $150 to Stand Up to Cancer and $150 to you when you open a new checking account with direct deposit and make 3 online bill payments at Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank.
Hey John, check it out. Whoa. Yeah, I was testing to see if we really can turn any device in your house into a TV, and the tablet worked just fine, but I wanted to see if the phone would work as well. So I shrunk Sharon.
Every channel's live just like on TV, but it's my phone.
It's genius.
I'm watching TV.
Tiny Sharon's mean.
I'm right here.
Watch any channel live on any device around your home. The X1 Entertainment Operating System, only from Xfinity.
Well, there will not be a trace of anybody's DNA left here in the Grand Valley Fieldhouse Arena by the time the night is over. They're going back to work on that one area. Oh, there we see the evidence. There were still a few spots out there. Somebody from our crew, though, had a raspberry Slurpee down on the floor before the game. I'm not going to make a wild assessment there that that's what they're mopping up right now, but they are doing their best to make sure that there is nothing amiss as we get set for the final 20 of tonight's ball game. Earlier tonight on the Grand Valley Sports Network, Grand Valley won 58-48 over Lake Superior State. And the men's team trying to double up against the Sioux Lakers. Rick Wesley's team trying for its 10th win of the season. Kaputska with 7, Ricecamp with 7, Carbajal with 7 in that first half, and unofficially Jake Blake leading the visitors with a total of 10. It's halftime right now. Grand Valley on top 32-29. And we'd like to show you right now some of the things that are happening these days around Grand Valley.
Students are enrolling in record numbers at Grand Valley. This fall, the campus welcomed a record number of first-year students, bringing the total number enrolled to more than 25,000, hitting a major milestone for the university. The percentage of minority students is also a record high, as is the number of international and out-of-state students.
I chose Grand Valley because it offers a great education for an affordable price.
There are also enrollment increases in engineering, health professions, nursing, and business.
These increases show how the university's programs align with what students want and employers need.
Grand Valley has a track record students and parents count on. It has the third best graduation rate of all public universities in the state, and nearly 85% of recent graduates are staying in Michigan to begin their careers or graduate work. You didn't used to hear much in a library. Well, this is no typical library.
The Mary Ida Pugh Library Learning and Information Commons on the Allendale campus has been receiving praise and acclaim from the moment it opened its doors in 2013.
The design came after watching and listening to students, but it also came with Grand Valley's high standards of design and environmental responsibility. The library just earned the highest level of LEED certification by the U.S. Green Building Council. It was awarded platinum status. This library has energy management features that include underfloor air distribution, super efficient exterior walls, a heat recovery system, and a rainwater-fed irrigation system. These save the environment and operating costs. When the university saves money, it can better manage tuition and other costs to students. Now that should give students in this library something to talk about. Students who want to learn how to make movies can get amazing experience at Grand Valley State University. The Summer Film Project celebrated its 20th anniversary in 2014. Grand Valley was a trailblazer in giving students hands-on experience with professionals from around the country.
We're working with industry professionals from LA, Chicago, and here in Grand Rapids. And as students, that's not something we really get outside of this.
This summer's film was Lucky J, written and directed by Associate Professor John Harper Philbin. Summer film consists of a 6-week class of shooting in the summer, a 15-week post-production class in the fall, and a spring premiere. Lucky J is scheduled to premiere in Michigan this April. Grand Valley's commitment to a diverse and inclusive campus has been recognized by the country's oldest and largest diversity-focused publication for higher education. Insight into Diversity awarded Grand Valley the 2014 Higher Education Excellence in Diversity Award. The honor is based on an institution's diversity and inclusion initiatives and the ability to embrace a broad definition of diversity on campus. The focused attention on inclusion means Grand Valley graduates are capably entering a global workforce where they are making a difference. Grand Valley State University captured its 9th Directors' Cup title, meaning it's the top Division II athletic program in the nation. This is the 13th year that the Lakers have finished in the top 2 spots in the final standings. 17 teams were in postseason play during the 2013-14 academic year. Grand Valley claimed 2 national championships in women's soccer and women's cross country. 9 other teams finished in the top 10. Lakers are having a strong 2014-15 year as well, again winning national championships in women's soccer and cross country. Men's cross country placed 2nd and volleyball placed 3rd in the nation. The success for Lakers continues. Most importantly, they're winning in the classroom, and they're giving back to the community. For Around Grand Valley, I'm Mary Eileen Lyon.
Many of our customers are repeat customers. Once they travel with Cardinal, they come back time and time again.
Our drivers are the best in the industry. We have so many positive comments about our drivers.
Cardinal Bus, 85 years of safe, reliable, worry-free transportation. Call us at 800-348-7487.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
I was only 18 when I was diagnosed with cancer. I went from being an active, healthy teenager to becoming very sick very quickly. But thanks to the collaboration between researchers and my oncologist, I survived, and I'm now in remission.
We were curious, could a checking account help fight cancer? We'll give $150 to Stand Up to Cancer and $150 to you when you open a new checking account with direct deposit and make 3 online bill payments at Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank.
Hey John, check it out. Whoa. Yeah, I was testing to see if we really can turn any device in your house into a TV, and the tablet worked just fine, but I wanted to see if the phone would work as well. So I shrunk Sharon.
Every channel's live just like on TV, but it's my phone.
It's genius.
I'm watching TV.
Tiny Sharon's mean.
I'm right here.
Watch any channel live on any device around your home. The X1 Entertainment Operating System, only from Xfinity.
All right, the Grand Valley dance team out on the court right now and trying to entertain the folks here at the intermission as the Lakers lead it by the score of 32-29. You know, you look at the stats from the first half, there's not much that jumps out at you. Lake State didn't shoot it particularly well, 9 of 26, only 35% shooting. Grand Valley 44%, but the shocking number comes in the rebound totals. Grand Valley have Rice Camp and Alexander each with 5. Barr and Carbajal each with 4 rebounds. They out-rebounded Lake State 26-10 in that first half. And I know that Steve Hettinga is telling his team, hey, we're right there. We were in charge, in the lead. Things are going our way, but if we get beat by 16 on the glass again this half, we will be going home on the bus in a very unhappy fashion because you just cannot get pounded on the glass the way Lake State did. A physical, good rebounding team just wasn't able to get much going. They only had 3 players that had more than 1 rebound in that first half. And that's one of the reasons why Grand Valley was able to overcome some of the difficulties that it had. The Lakers turned the ball over 11 times compared to just 4 in the first 20 minutes for the visitors from Lake Superior State. Right now at halftime, Grand Valley 32, it's Lake Superior State 29, and we'll watch the dance team on the way out.
Students are enrolling in record numbers at Grand Valley. This fall, the campus welcomed a record number of first-year students, bringing the total number enrolled to more than 25,000, hitting a major milestone for the university. The percentage of minority students is also a record high, as is the number of international and out-of-state students.
I chose Grand Valley because it offers a great education for an affordable price.
There are also enrollment increases in engineering, health professions, nursing, and business.
These increases show how the university's programs align with what students want and employers need.
Grand Valley has a track record students and parents count on. It has the 3rd best graduation rate of all public universities in the state, and nearly 85% of recent graduates are staying in Michigan to begin their careers or graduate work. For Around Grand Valley, I'm Mary Eileen Lyon.
For about the past 7 months, Ellie's been running really high fevers, anywhere from 101 to 105. I really appreciated that when Ellie was going through a lot of her health problems that Dr. Duttler called me personally.
I think it's important for parents to know that we really care about these kids just as we would care for our own children. Access to health is really an important part of being a medical home in primary care. So we do allow our patients to make same-day appointments whenever possible. They can email me or they can call.
Ellie really likes going to see Dr. Duttler. Doctor.
Hey John, check it out. Whoa. Yeah, I was testing to see if we really can turn any device in your house into a TV, and the tablet worked just fine, but I wanted to see if the phone would work as well. So I shrunk Sharon.
Every channel's live just like on TV, but it's my phone.
It's genius.
I'm watching TV.
Tiny Sharon's mean.
I'm right here.
Watch any channel live on any device around your home. The X1 Entertainment Operating System, only from Xfinity.
Rick Wesley's looking at the same numbers that we did. He's talking it over with Jeff Bauer right now. We had a slight discrepancy in our first half stats. Actually, Rice-Camp credited with 8 points to make him the scoring leader for Grand Valley. 7 for Kaputska, 7 for Carbajal. Devin Daly with 8, and Jake Blake for Lake State leading all scorers with a total of 10. Grand Valley's done a pretty good job defensively against Alex Williams, who had the 1 triple, and Kemji Williams, who's had some opportunities at the bucket, but hasn't really been able to convert. Both those two guys not shooting it the way that they would normally like. The two Williams in the starting lineup, a total of 2 for 11 from the floor. Alex 1 for 6 and Kemji 1 for 5. And that has helped the cause for Grand Valley here in the first 20 minutes of this contest tonight. The pep band still excited, still making noise, and very good crowd here tonight. It was a pizza promotion night. And with college students, you might as well be waving $50 bills in front of their face if you're going to give away free pizza. All the different pizza emporiums here in the Allendale, Grand Rapids area on hand, trying to tempt people with their pies. And having watched it for the better part of the evening, I can tell you they didn't have to try too hard. Ryan Saban had a good long rest in the first half. He's out there right now with McClendon, Rice-Camp, Darren Washington, and Trevin Alexander. And here's the big fella looking for Saban off the curl. A little bit of a zone look here for Lake State on this initial possession. Now they come out and pick up man-to-man. Alexander's going to jump one up. No. This ends up in the hands of Washington. That's just a loose ball. Rice-Camp. Oh, my goodness. But Grand Valley finally gets it down. And one, perhaps? Trevin Alexander. And that's Grand Valley just killing Lake State on the glass. And the big man, Nicholson, has picked up another foul. Well, Steve Ettingham can be unhappy with that. I don't think he's unhappy with the call so much. He's just unhappy that he's watching his club getting outworked right now on the boards. Alexander cannot add to his point total. He's got 6 now on the night. That's a hand check by McClendon, who reached in on a Kemji Williams. Sometimes there just is no defense when you're guarding a guy like a Kemji Williams. He's just so fast. He guesses right and goes around you. You just got to release him. Hope somebody catches up. Boy, great anticipation by Trevin Alexander there. That long bounce pass nearly got through the Grand Valley defense. Saban down the front court. Darren Washington. Not going to shoot it from there. Here's McClendon on the handoff. That's a tough jump shot that's not going to go. Alexander, though, another offensive board. This is better for Saban. He's locked and loaded. But the reliable three-point shooter cannot get that one down. Alex Williams now against Saban. Lots of traffic in the lane. Steve Ettingham is not happy about it. Here's a miss and a takeaway by Grand Valley. The pass out ahead to Rice-Camp. He can't quite get turned around. McClendon, I think it was worth the gamble, really. Rice-Camp was out there and Grand Valley had the initiative. I don't think Rick Wesley minded that one too much either. He wanted to see a better result, but a good aggressive play by McClendon. Earlier in the year, I don't think he would have bitten off that much on a play like that, but he's growing a little bit in confidence. Lakers up by 5. And this half starting about as badly as the first half did for Lake State. Better movement this time. Rice-Camp got a hand in on Alex Williams, took away a shooting opportunity. That's That's a nice cross through the middle, and that's a nice put away there and one. And it's Michael Smutney cleaning up at the end, but just some beautiful basketball there from Alex Williams. Determined to make something happen. Got through, saw Alexander setting up for the charge, and I think it was actually Washington who fell back into him to pick up his 3rd foul. There's where strength training becomes so important. Washington didn't really do anything wrong, but he just didn't hold his position after Williams kind of bumped into him. Then he fell back into the shooter to create a 3-point play. Smutney now with 3. That's a 5-second call. And again, you look at Ryan Saban looking for his team to space, but he's right underneath the basket. He's got to go completely up and down that baseline to create an angle. And that just seems to be something that a lot of guys who play today don't really want to do that so much. They've got an idea what they want to run, and they just don't do it. There's a tip. Comes back out, though, to Dasuki. That's a long triple try that's not going to go. Tipped up, going in. The tip by Devin Daly. Carvajal's got to move now to create the angle instead of throwing that diagonal on the baseline. And now it's McClendon who stepped out of bounds. And this game is tied at 34. And again, whoever the inbounder is for Grand Valley, got to get away from the basket and create a better avenue for the pass. Williams into the backcourt now. Dasuki and finally a Kemji Williams. So talking about a poor start for Lake State, and all of a sudden they've caught a spark here. Daly, Smutney, Dasuki for 3. And what do we have here? It's going to be against Carbajal. The basket will count. It's going to be possession now for Lake State. So no additional free throws. It's a common foul called by Todd Gerlings. He looked right at Carbajal, who got locked up with the Lake State player. The basket went. What are they talking about here? I thought for sure it was a 3. Dasuki may have been on the line there when he let that one fly. So they're going to say now 2 instead of 3, which is a small consolation to Grand Valley. This is Alex Williams wide open, and that is a real 3 there. And I don't think Rick Wesley's going to necessarily wait for the media timeout. At this end, Barr reverses up and in. Drake Barr's first bucket of the ball game. Sioux Lakers up by 3 right now after trailing by 5 just a couple of moments ago. Pass was nearly to the coach. Instead, it's Kemji Williams. Oh, what a great split of the double team there. Missed the shot. Well, he got away with a foul. He went over the top of Rice Camp. And then what do we have? It's going to be a foul against Barr, I believe, or maybe Rice Camp. Common foul on the way through. Drake Barr picks it up. That was kind of ugly on a lot of different levels. Kemji Williams. Tried to throw that up in the air, and Ricky Carbajal just ate it up like a defensive lineman. He tipped it up in the air to himself. Saban looking to go to the basket. Saban cannot get it down. He left it short. Well, you would have bet for all the world that one was going down. Here's a Kemji Williams on the run. And now he's going to get Alexander back into the ball game. Nice ball down deep. Alex Williams over the top of Saban. 8 now for Alex Williams. The pressure continues, but not quite as profound. No man on the inbounder. I don't think you can press like that the whole game and keep the same guys out there. You'll get tired, but it was effective when it was working. And Ryan Saban just hit a shot that was about 3 times harder than the one he missed a moment ago. 5 for Saban. Grand Valley, after all the misfortune, just down by 3. Kapuska will come back in. Ball from the outside won't go. It's rebounded. That is a travel, I believe. That's going to go against Smutney. And we have a media timeout here. Played about 4 minutes of the second half. It's heating up tonight in Allendale.
You didn't used to hear much in a library. Well, this is no typical library.
The Mary Ida Pugh Library Learning and Information Commons on the Allendale campus has been receiving praise and acclaim from the moment it opened its doors in 2013.
The design came after watching and listening to students, but it also came with Grand Valley's high standards of design and environmental responsibility. The library just earned the highest level of LEED certification by the U.S. Green Building Council. It was awarded platinum status. This library has energy management features that include underfloor air distribution, super efficient exterior walls, a heat recovery system, and a rainwater-fed irrigation system. These save the environment and operating costs. When the university saves money, it can better manage tuition and other costs to students. Now that should give students in this library something to talk about. For Around Grand Valley, I'm Mary Eileen Lyon.
Now, this is a pretty good defender, Alex Williams. Ryan Saban looks to me like he's borderline out of control. He gets bumped a little bit by Smutney. Got his body turned completely sideways and still floated that one up and in. Part of his game has gotten much improved since he arrived here from Byron Center 3.5 years ago. He used to be just a stationary shooter, and now he's a guy who can get to the hole. Grand Valley back at it with Kaputska. He had a beautiful first half. Let's see if he can spark Grand Valley again. Rice-Camp out there with Alexander, Carbajal, Saban. Rice-Camp, boy, he went right down into the valley of the Giants. And somehow found a little space in the canopy there. I don't know if that's a delay of game warning or what. I'm not quite sure what Blake Miko had to say about that one. But it is a good bucket nonetheless for Rice-Camp, who's now got 10 to lead the Grand Valley scoring. Grand Valley just down 1 right now. Here's Goldschmidt, who's back on. He delivers nicely. That's a 3 that's off the back iron, and what a rebound that is, and what a great delivery that is. The rebound by Devin Daly and the delivery to Tony Harris causes Grand Valley to take another foul. It's the second against Trevin Alexander. Not much of a foul, really. He jumped into Trevin Alexander, and you know what Trevin's saying, I had my hands up and he came into me. It just looked worse. Harris has got 3 free throws now on the night. All of his points from the stripe. And now the full court pressure. Will they throw the bomb here? If you're Trevin Alexander, you just, here we go with Ryan Saban starting to move, creates the space. That is shaky, and Kaputska got just ripped there by Smutney. You know, in football, that's almost a disqualification, a head hit there on the little man. I don't know how Kaputska made anything out of this. Just kind of a sloppy play, though, by Smutney. He should have been a little bit more clever and could have come away with the steal there. 3 for the Lakers will tie it. Rice-Camp, Saban, Kaputska, Carbajal, and Trevin Alexander. Rice-Camp, oy vey, terrible play there. This is a breakout and an easy lay-in. Tony Harris, way too quick. Nice play by Kaputska. If you're going to burn somebody on the press, you've got to go to the basket. Grand Valley got lucky there. Saban looking to go. Threads one up and in. Saban with 7 now. And Valley still hanging around. Just down 3. We might see a few more lead changes in this one. Grand Valley zoning this possession. Goldschmidt, nice delivery there. Nice reversal. Alex Williams, and that's how it's done, folks, right there. The beauty of that play is when you get it in at the free throw line, the world is your oyster after that because you got a lot of different options. Carbajal, Saban, Grand Valley down a half dozen. Once that ball is entered at the free throw line against zone pressure, if you've got a heady guy there, you're going to make something happen. Kaputska now. This is Saban. Feels he can go on the younger man, Goldschmidt. Carbajal. Ricky going a little too hard, bailed out by Kaputska. 7 on the shot clock. Darren's going to have to make something happen. That was a travel. Absolutely the right call by Wallace Whitfield there. Kaputska knew it. He just had to kind of heave himself into somebody trying to get something. Lakers down 6. Well, Lake State slow it down here. A little tricky now when you're zoning trailing. Not so much in the shot clock game, but I think Lake State will be real eager to take some time. That's a foul against Alexander, and I believe that's number 4 for him. Just the 3rd foul on Trevin, replaced by a man who also has 3. Darren Washington. Grand Valley actually does okay here. They played this pretty well, but Alexander makes a little cookie jar foul there. He got his hands caught in it and couldn't do much about it. Grand Valley goes 2-3 zone out of the inbounds play. Goldschmidt, confident looking stroke from the wing. Boy, Washington ran right through Nicholson. Lucky not to get called for number 4. Offensive board gives it back to Lake State. That was a ball that should have been handled by the Lake State player Jake Blake. Now this is going to be real interesting. Carbajal looked right at it. Boy, I don't know. Don't know if we'll have another look at that one. Carbajal's kicking himself right now because he could have snagged this ball. I thought it was off the Lake State player as well. Got to go by the old axiom: when you can get it, get it. Don't let the referee make the determination. Better defense this time by Grand Valley, and this is just one hotly contested basketball game at the moment. Goldschmidt, and that's going to be a foul that's going to go against Lake State, I believe. They're calling that on Kaputska. Unbelievable there. Rick Wesley's got a right to be mad about that one. Kaputska got steamrolled away from the ball. Well, he is kind of locked up a little bit there. I just saw the throwdown at the end. So apologies to the men in black. They probably got that one right, and it's going to result in some free throws. Lake State has fouled just twice here this half. Grand Valley has put its opponent into the bonus. This guy's got some skill. He could be a good player in this league, Nicholson. That is a bad looking stroke though right now. He kind of cocks it behind his head, and he's a catapulter. Very hard to get a consistent shot with that kind of motion. Carbajal, Kaputska for 3. Hey! Darren Kaputska with 10 now, off the bench. Alex Williams. Harris. That's nice. Could have been a walk there. Nicholson. That's great ball movement here. Can Harris hit it? He can for 3. I don't think you can overlook what Goldschmidt's doing in this game. He is doing some good things for his team, and this is not textbook press offense for Grand Valley, but they come out of it. Kaputska, 2 in a row. Not this time. Nice outlet by Nicholson. Goldschmidt going on Kaputska. The kick out to Williams. Not going to happen. Goldschmidt had it taken away, and now a foul will go against Jake Blake. Well, this game's getting physical and difficult, and I think it really favors Lake State, a veteran, strong, and sizable team. We'll take a break right now. Grand Valley looking for a way back. The Lakers trailing the Sioux Lakers by a half dozen.
For about the past 7 months, Ellie's been running really high fevers, anywhere from 101 to 105. I really appreciated that when Ellie was going through a lot of her health problems, that Dr. Duttler called me personally.
I think it's important for parents to know that we really care about these kids just as we would care for our own children. Access to health is really an important part of being a medical home in primary care. So we do allow our patients to make same-day appointments whenever possible. They can email me, or they can call.
Ellie really likes going to see Dr. Duttler. Doctor.
Well, Grand Valley had it going all its way here in the first stages of the second half, but Steve Hettinga went to some full court pressure after made baskets and free throws especially. Grand Valley got a little bit rattled. They went from, I think, 5 up to 3 down almost immediately, and there's the last foul right there, and it was Blake who stuck his hand into the spokes. One of several players had a pretty good ball game. He's had a good scoring night. And still the pressure, a little bit more passive this time. Kaputska is the man in the middle. Saban's out there, small lineup. Miles Miller's back on, Carbajal, and also Darren Washington. That's where it has to happen right now for Grand Valley. Get it down there deep to Carbajal, and that's just a clear out by Alex Williams against Darren Washington. Just blistered Washington. Knocked him down pretty easily as Dasuki comes back on. Let's take a look at it again. Just a two-handed fling. Boy, Kaputska got trampled. Washington forced it up and in. Boy, did Darren Kaputska take one for the team there. Alex Williams from 10, short. Grand Valley a rebound, and whoa, Nelly. Saban got tangled up with Nicholson, reached his arms back up as if to protect himself. And what is Wallace Whitfield calling here? Is he going to call a technical foul? I don't know what we have here. I think it's going to be an original foul against Lake State and then a foul after that against Ryan Saban. Now Saban just got brought down. Watch what happens next. He reached his hands up there, and that probably wasn't kosher either. So it could be a technical call against Saban here. Well, I don't see much of anything happening. What is this going to be? It is a common foul against Lake State, and Ryan Saban gets off with a stern talking to, I guess. Kaputska going against Akemji Williams. Miles Miller out there right now. Kaputska nearly lost it. Got it inside. Carbajal blocked. Lake State's got it. Washington's got to get back up in the play, and he's hurt. And then Grand Valley turns it over. Darren Washington wanted to come out of the game. He's limping. Oh, my goodness gracious. Kaputska threw it ahead to Saban, who's coming into the backcourt to help, and that is just a completely unforced over and back. I don't know why Saban came all the way back across the timeline, but he felt like his man was in trouble. Kaputska is hurt too. He's holding his right arm, it looks like. Could be a recurrence of the injury that shelved him. Boy, that's not good news. He has played with tremendous heart here tonight. Strapped up and still giving everything. And Washington goes out. Alexander's back in. That looked like a triple dribble there. And Hettinga calls the timeout with guys all over the deck. So we talked about the game last year getting a little wild, a little bit out of control. And for the last couple of minutes, we've had more of that here in this one. It hasn't boiled over yet, but it looks like it might. Let's take a look here. This just looks like it's completely wrong. The ball's going out of bounds, and as soon as Akemji Williams got on that one, Hettinga right there with Blake Miko says, we want time, which is his prerogative. As we take a look at Grand Valley Pep Band. 10:21 to go here tonight on the Grand Valley Sports Network. Tom Cleary with you this evening at the Grand Valley Fieldhouse Arena. Glad to be with you on Xfinity and the Grand Valley Sports Network. Special hello and greetings tonight to all the people joining us on the World Wide Web. Now, Kaputska is hurt. He wants to get rid of the ball. He's dribbling with his left hand. And Ryan Saban, if he doesn't catch that ball before his feet hit the ground, he's okay. But when you leave the front court, touch the ball, then go into the back court, you're not established in the backcourt, and that's the reason for the violation. Fairly straightforward call there from the officials. I think now looking at that, Saban realized that his buddy Kaputska was hurt, needed help badly, and he was trying to get back in there. He saw that Kaputska was basically playing one-handed, wanted to go back and help out. He just couldn't get there quickly enough. Grand Valley's got Ricecamp back in with McClendon, Carbajal, Saban, Alexander. This is the very speedy Kemji Williams with Alex Williams, number 1, Dasuki. 12 is Devin Daly. That, to me, looks like a walk, but it's not called. And this is the guy who was so hot in the first half, going for 3. And it's Jake Blake with 13. Ricecamp going all the way, and that is a block. The defender backing up. You see him coming, Jake Blake. Why not just play him? Is my question there. He drifts all the way back into that area right underneath the basket. But he just keeps giving ground and then tries to set up and take a charge. Actually, he was maybe just outside the arc, but certainly moving around a little bit as Ricecamp now shoots free throws. And these are important for Grand Valley, which has fallen 7 behind, make it 6 after the first by Luke. Individual scoring leader for Grand Valley tonight with 11 is Ricecamp. That one looks pretty good too. Dozen now for the man from Schoolcraft, Michigan. Can Grand Valley get a stop here? Headinga holds up 4 fingers. I don't think he's going 4 corners. I think he's just trying to run a particular set. Grand Valley with kind of a matchup 1-3-1 zone look. Alex Williams for 3. $57-49. Now Saban has got to keep moving here to create some space. He does it this time. At the very least, get out from underneath the basket. Nicely done. Textbook here for Grand Valley. Ricecamp tried to spin into the lane. It was a Kemji Williams who anticipated the crossover and gets the payoff at the other end, but can't put it down. But again, the quick hands. Devin Daly, the knockaway. 3/4 of the way home we are in this one. It's 57-49 in favor of the Sioux Lakers. Nice back cut here, but Blake can't quite catch up with the pass. Nice idea from Devin Daly. They baited Trevin Alexander out to the top of the key. Then went backdoor on him, but just couldn't make the connection. Carbajal sits. Washington's on with Alexander in the front court. Ricecamp, McClendon, and Saban. Alex Williams looks like he could play till the cows come home and not get tired. He's been out there a long time. Ricecamp got himself into trouble. Here's Alexander. Nice drop step and the finish. Alexander now with 8. Grand Valley down a half dozen. Blake thought about it, fired and filled it. And now a foul in the backcourt. Blake up to 16 now by my tally, 60-51, and with each possession it seems like Grand Valley's trading 2s for 3s. And there's not a big future in that if you're the team that's behind. Sam McClendon. Big free throw there for Sam, his first point of the night. Grand Valley has gotten scoring from a total of 7, make it 8 different players now. McClendon knocking down that free throw. Just haven't been getting enough scoring. Two for the freshman. And now he locks up with a Kemji Williams. Good ball movement. Blake trying to go on the big man, Washington. Washington played him well. Wallace Whitfield, mature refereeing there, looked at it. There was a little bit of contact, but Nothing untoward. Saban can't get it. Rebounded by Trevin Alexander. Up and in. It wasn't the three they were looking for, but it was a 2, and Grand Valley's down by 5. Kaputska looks like he might be available for more action, which is almost miraculous. Alex Williams looking to go. That's a good pass off down to the corner. A miss, though. Saban collects off the miss by Daly. Saban looking to go on Alex Williams. Had him, but kind of cut off his charge. Carvajal's up for the Lakers of Grand Valley. Saban curls. Can't get it this time. I think part of the problem there is Alex Williams is so fast that Saban just pulls the trigger a little bit too quickly there, even though he had plenty of space. Against the lesser defender, he takes his time and probably knocks that one down. Daly, Akemji, Blake, Dasuki backed up behind the stripe and nailed it. Been a very impressive performance from Lake State here in the second half. That point that they were down 3 and then just kind of took over this game bit by bit. Rice Camp. Physical team. Rice Camp's got to go all the way. Can't quite get there, and this is going to be a foul against Grand Valley. Either Alexander or Washington. It's not going to be nice either way. I think it's Washington. And I believe that takes us to our next media timeout. Getting away a little bit from Grand Valley, but still 6:34 to go. More to come here tonight on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
Grand Valley's commitment to a diverse and inclusive campus has been recognized by the country's oldest and largest diversity-focused publication for higher education. Insight into Diversity awarded Grand Valley the 2014 Higher Education Excellence in Diversity Award. The honor is based on an institution's diversity and inclusion initiatives and the ability to embrace a broad definition of diversity on campus.
Having an environment where we're inclusive, not just in our student body, but also in our practices and employment practices in the classroom, we enhance the educational experience for all of our students.
The university once again broke enrollment records this fall for minority and international students.
The focused attention on inclusion means Grand Valley graduates are capably entering a global workforce where they are making a difference. For Around Grand Valley, I'm Mary Eileen Lyon.
Now that was just about the most excitement we've had tonight. A Grand Valley student went out, made the layup, made it from the top of the key, and rang it in and out from half court. I think you get an honorary degree when you do that. You don't have to pay any more tuition for the rest of your time at Grand Valley. So that was a costly miss. Let's see if Grand Valley can get it going here in the final 6:34. Tom Cleary with you tonight, along with the rest of our Grand Valley Sports Network broadcast crew, bringing you this one tonight on Xfinity and the Grand Valley Sports Network. When play resumes, it'll be Jake Blake at the line. He will be shooting 1 and the bonus here. Jake Blake is from Alma, Michigan. Probably saw some games up the road in Mount Pleasant at Central Michigan when he was growing up, and found himself a very nice niche at Lake Superior State. $17 now for Jake. That is a miss, but Goldschmidt chases it down. He's kind of a heady guy, and he's not really contributed much in the scoring area tonight, but he's done some things quite well. Lakers down 9 now. That's Grand Valley I'm talking about. This ball is thrown into the seats. Miles Miller replaces McClendon. So it's Kaputska who somehow has dragged himself back into the contest. Man, he is a tough cat. Lakers down 9. Here's Miller, Kaputska. Kaputska's had double figures here tonight. That's going to be a foul on the big man inside, I believe. Michael Nicholson That is probably just a little bit of college inexperience. But Nicholson has picked up foul number 5. It's just really, there's no reason for it. He's fighting for position, and he's got to play more with his feet. Starts engaging in the hand-to-hand combat, and they nailed him. And as a result, his evening is now over. And so we haven't seen many disqualifications this year, but you're allotted a certain amount of time to get a substitution into the ball game. In this case, I think it's going to be Smutny who's on right now. This is a very small lineup. Dasuki, Goldschmidt, Harris, both Williams getting a rest right now. Or I should say 2 of the Williams. Trevin Alexander dips and hits that one for his 11th point of the night. Grand Valley creeps a little bit closer, within 7 now. Alexander and Rice-Camp with 12, Kaputska with 10 for Grand Valley. They can still push it up the floor though with Tony Harris, Lake State. Dasuki inside. Oh boy, Grand Valley played that one pretty well, but they caught Kaputska matched up inside against Daly. Bad switch there. And Kaputska couldn't do much about it. Daly with 11 to back up 17 from Blake and 14 from Alex Williams here tonight. And the ball is going in right now for the visitors from Lake State. Shooting well from out court and knocking down foul shots. Miles Miller with Saban. Rice-Camp. That's a real physical play. It's going to be Grand Valley ball, but Rick Wesley is just saying he's laying on my guy. There is a lot of contact there, a lot of body. And that's the way Lake State wants to play. Jeff Bauer up, got onto the court. We don't see that very often. He was trying to give some instructions on the inbound play. Here's Miller. Alexander for 3, not the shot Grand Valley wanted. Miller got a little bump on that shot as well. And now the hole getting pretty deep for Grand Valley here. Need to get some stops. 2 of the big guns are on the bench right now for Lake State, getting rested for the stretch drive. That is a triple try that does not go for Smutny. That ball is out of bounds. That is a great call by Todd Gearlings. Knocked out of the hands of Miles Miller by Tony Harris, and it landed on the baseline before it could be retrieved. We'll see it here again. Oh, I take that back. That was off of the Grand Valley player's head and probably should have belonged to Lake State. Here's Kaputska looking to go. Pulls up from 6. Not able to do anything with it. Tony Harris going to clear the decks, and we're down inside 5 remaining. Grand Valley's got to find a source of offense here, if at all possible. Harris, nice crossover. Goes to school on the young player, and the follow-up finish. Devin Daly with 13. Rice-Camp got to the basket, drew the foul, I should say. But with an 11-point deficit, things looking a little bit dicey for the home side. Alex Williams had snuck back into the ball game. Rice-Camp continues his 13th point. That was Williams before Goldschmidt got there, who committed the foul. .30 taken quickly by Rick Wesley here, trying to mask the forces for one last go at it. This is a physical, confident, veteran team. Has some real leadership with Williams and some other guys who are filling in the gaps quite nicely. And the ball movement for Lake State in the second half has been outstanding. Producing some easy looks at the basket, and they've been knocking down threes with great regularity. Grand Valley led at the intermission 32-29. But Lake State has scored 39 points here in the second half to build this 9-point margin. So Miles Miller's in there right now. He's giving chase against Harris. Goldschmidt is on, the freshman. Daly, Alex Williams, 4 handlers, really 5 handlers out there for Lake State. We've got a good crew to play with the lead right now. Little 10-footer is not going to go, but how about this? The rebound, the putback, no, blocked from Jake Blake, who made a great play to get that ball. Ricecamp looking to go on Williams, played to contact, didn't get the call, and then missed the shot. Goldschmidt, Tony Harris. Miles Miller's got to get right up on him and institute that 5-second count. Got to stay right up there with him, take a chance. Shot clock at 10. That should have been, in my mind, a travel. They're going to call that foul against the Grand Valley player Alexander, I thought. And that takes us to a timeout. 4th foul against Alexander. Free throws coming up for Lake State when we come back.
If you sign up for DirecTV's latest deal, prepare to be blindsided. Because they'll double your rate before you know it. And you'll find you're locked into a 2-year contract that could cost you over $3,000. That's why the smart choice is Xfinity. You can see all the best action in football all season long, with no surprises. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
That takes a little bit of practice too. Let's go back to the action here. Now, here comes Harris. He's out of control, but Alexander just steps up into his path. And I gotta say, I believe the officials probably got that one right. I thought that Tony Harris had snuck an extra hop in there, but he is at the line right now to shoot a couple of free throws. Fourth player into double figures now for Lake State with 10 is Tony Harris. Can't get the second one. Grand Valley's got some foul issues. Here's the young guy, Miles Miller, coming across the timeline. Can he get to the basket though? Kaputska forcing his way in. He drew a little bit of contact there from Jordan Dasuki. So Kaputska will get a couple of untimed free throws here, it would appear. But Kaputska, coming off an injury, has played so well tonight. Really played with a lot of heart. Darn near gotten trampled a couple times in the lane. Couldn't get there with that free throw though. 11 for Darren. 9-point Lake State lead. Harris. Jake Blake is out there right now. It's Devin Daly, Dasuki, and of course the ever-present Alex Williams. Steve Henning is thinking he's got enough points to win this game already. He's going to run it down close to 0 if he can. That is a great, intelligent kick out. The shot is missed, and Grand Valley's got the rebound off the triple try from Jake Blake. Kaputska looking to go all the way. Wants to circle back to the arc, get some help, and that's not a good foul there by Dasuki. And you know what Steve Henning is saying? Why are we stopping the clock when we're ahead by 9? Kemji Williams has been very well rested down the stretch. He's going to get into this ball game here shortly. You just don't know what the defender's thinking there, because that's not going to end well for him. Kaputska now with a dozen. $13 for Darren. Grand Valley with the pressure, but when you get it into this guy's hands, it's going to be very difficult. Kemji Williams, Alex Williams, Harris, all three of those guys can play well. And you've got two clever scorers. They're just going to spread the court. Not going to go anytime too soon. Down deep they go to Daly. Forced it over Saban, got it down. Great shot. 15 for Daly. Kaputska had that ball blocked as he tried to drive it into the hoop. The nice dish here. Shot blocked by Reiskamp at the other end. Reiskamp looking to go against Alex Williams. Yeah, that's a foul, Alex. I think so. Todd Gearling's caught him. And I think Steve Henning is saying, guys, we are stopping the clock way more than we would like. Reiskamp will shoot a couple here, and crazier things have happened. He makes 2 here. Grand Valley's down 7 with a little under 2 minutes remaining. Reiskamp unofficially now with 15 for the Lakers. Ricardo Carbajal is back in for the Lakers. There's Blake. He didn't want to move down the baseline either. That's a little bit of a shove by Reiskamp that goes uncalled. It's a 3-on-1. Williams does the smart thing. He kicks it out. Don't need the points. They need the ball. Shot clock at 20. 90 seconds here. 90 seconds left in the game. Harris against Carbajal. Carbajal can chase. He's never going to get it. Harris. Blake. Harris. Nice takedown. And that one might just about do it for Lake State here. Kemji Williams. Carbajal finally throws himself at him to pick up a foul with 1:06 remaining. Grand Valley could not let the clock go down any further. You know, the Lakers are playing hard. They're just running into some tough teams at this point in their season. And without the full complement of bodies, it's been hard for Rick Wesley to take advantage of all the weapons that he has. This is a Kemji Williams. Hasn't scored much. Only 4 points tonight. Kaputska on, Carbajal out. 8-point game. Saban will walk it across. No need for a lot of pressure here. You just want to settle in if you're Lake State and not foul. Saban got it inside to Trevin Alexander. Little one-hander goes for Miles Miller, and a quick timeout at 30. Miles Miller, first bucket of the night. It wasn't an easy shot either when you're a little guy. Going down there, that little 6-8 foot shot. Wide open from the short corner, and he put it down. The Grand Valley players that we see in the picture there in street clothes tonight. Ernie Hanson's there. Second from the right, not been able to play because of an injury. And Grand Valley's had all sorts of problems with injuries here. They're a little healthier than they've been, but still some of the guys that are playing are not playing at 100%. But that doesn't take away from the effort from Lake Superior, which has been a good team this year, and they've been an outstanding team here in the second half tonight. 17 for Blake, 15 for Daly, 14 for Alex Williams, 10 for Tony Harris. Good balance, smart play, and really tenacious at the defensive end in the second half. This will be Blake cranked up like he was going to throw the home run ball, and Kimji Williams just runs right by everybody. Harris going to be fouled here momentarily. Rice-Camp or Saban perhaps. Down to 46 seconds left, 7-point lead, and it's hard to catch up in this situation because of the double bonus. Somebody might miss the occasional 1-and-1, but you don't see guys miss 2 in a row very often, and Harris has now got a chance to do that as Dasuki comes in and Kimji Williams goes out, so a bigger man on for defense. That worked out about as well as you could expect if you're Grand Valley. Where do you go now? Miles Miller looking to go right down the pike. Kaputska thought about a 3. Rice-Camp will take the 3 and not quite there. Trevin Alexander, I believe, has picked up number 5, which will excuse him for the rest of the night. Grand Valley will get Carbajal back up with 36 seconds remaining. It's an 8-point game, and Lake State on the verge of seeing this one out. Devin Daly at the stripe here to shoot a couple. Had a good ball game Daly has. And that is .16 for him on the evening. There's Steve Hedinga, who, by the way, has dressed the part of a successful coach here tonight. Second free throw will not go, and here comes Kaputska now. Saban looking to jack one up from distance. Rice-Camp may have gotten away with a travel, took it to the hole and scored it. Another quick Grand Valley timeout. That was the longest first step since the days of Bob Beeman by Rice-Camp there. 18 now for Luke Rice-Camp, 75-68. Covered a lot of distance, completely legal too. Todd Gearlings is right there, looked at it and said so. I'll remind you, Grand Valley will be back in action, men and women, here on this court 1 week from tonight. Saginaw Valley rolls into town. The Cardinals will bring a couple to squad. Should be a great night of action, so if you're in the area, get out and see Grand Valley in action here on the 29th against Saginaw Valley. And then the big game coming up on February 2nd against Ferris State. Always great doubleheader action. Nice spin move there by Kimji Williams past Miles Miller. We're down to 23.4 seconds. Six now for Kimji Williams. McClendon goes out. Carbajal's back on. Dasuki's going to get back in here after that made free throw. Kimji Williams getting a little bit rich here at the end. He's got 7 now. Saban. Grand Valley's looking for the 10-point shot. If they could find it. Saban couldn't get it. Oh, a takeaway by Rice-Camp and a bucket. And another quick timeout. Other than the fact it was a bit of a bump by Luke on that rebound. Great play, took it away, had some contact, played through the whistle, knocked it down, and Luke's got 20 on the night to lead all scorers for either side. 77-70. We'll watch this one again. You be the judge. Rice-Camp on Alex Williams. Actually banged into Devin Daly. Fleeced him and scored the basketball. Grand Valley's found some different sources of offense here tonight, with Carbajal not 100%, with Saban slowed down somewhat by this Lake State team. Saban does not have double figures here tonight. That's been a little unusual for him, but Grand Valley's gotten points from Rice-Camp, 20. Kapuska, 13, and Trevin Alexander, who is now left, disqualified on fouls, with 12. This is the home run ball. Alex Williams, not going to work. What he did, though, was he touched the ball in bounds. This is not the proper call in my estimation here. I don't think Wallace Whitfield got it right. Williams got this ball up in the air, carried it out of bounds, and what Steve Ettinger wants is that Grand Valley to be inbounding the ball at the other end of the court. Now, if he never catches up to the ball comes all the way back down, but I don't know. I don't think it's likely to make a difference, but I think if the referees had time to reconsider that one. Now, it could be that he's saying that Williams stepped on the line as he was catching the ball, in which case he'd be completely right. What do we have here? A little wrestling going on before the ball is inbounded. Dasuki and Rice-Camp. I wouldn't be surprised to see the whistle blow here the next time somebody looks cross-eyed at someone else. Saban, Carbajal, got inside, forced it up and in. Grand Valley is out of timeouts. Carbajal with 9, a foul in the backcourt. Alex Williams gets a tap from Carbajal as if to say, didn't mean to do it, but had to do it. Two for Alex Williams. A different looking action on that shot, but it worked. Well, it's not going to matter. Saban might get one off here that will flatter his score line. He does, and it does. It's a 3 at the horn, but not enough to save Grand Valley. Saban does end in double figures on the night with 10, but the Lakers come up just short, losing here by the score of 78-75. Grand Valley falls to 5-6 in the GLIAC, 9-8 overall. The Lake State Lakers move on, 9-2 now in league action, 14-3 overall. Earlier tonight, the Grand Valley women won the first game 58-48 to go to 11-4 in the season. But tonight in the nightcap, the home team can't quite get there. It's Lake State winning it over the Grand Valley Lakers. Once again, our final score here tonight, 78-75. I'm Tom Cleary. For Bill Cuppy and the rest of our broadcast crew, thanks for being with us for college basketball doubleheader action here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.